What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me. This is Jay Dumas bringing you episode, what is this, 12? 11? 10, 9, 8, 7, 12 of Let's Nerd with Pathfinder Kingmaker. Just enjoying some early morning gameplay here before the bustle of the city gets too loud. Having some trouble sleeping, so I thought let's get into some Kingmaker. So we're back here at Oleg's in the last episode. If you didn't see that, I suggest watching it. We displayed our combat prowess, or lack thereof, in the fight with the bear-like tree ant at Temple of the Elk. We lifted the fog, we fought some frogs. It was all good, and here we go. And I'm going to reload because I think I clicked through her voice dialogue just then. So we're already off to a great start.
I'll go ahead.
I need a new mouse. Or not. Greetings, the nymph's tender voice comes to you softly. The scent of flowers and evening dew is dizzying. In this dark hour, I had not even dreamed of encountering someone in these lands who could stand against the one who blights me. But you appeared, and you brought hope along with you. With the strength of the fog fading, I'm able to show you the way to the Stag Lord's fortress. Please go there, slay our enemy before he can strike another blow. Stag Lord's fort has been revealed. Will you help me in the battle? I cannot, the nymph lowers her head. My power is barely enough to make a slight tear through the veil of fog. Keeping the way open to you is all I can do to help. What happens after I defeat the Stag Lord? Will I ever see you again? The nymph casts her eyes down for a moment. And you would like to see me again? Then yes, of course. I'll come to you once the tormentor is gone for good. I really hope to have a chance to show you the true beauty of these lands, the meadows, the flowers. You can count on me. I'll deal with the Stag Lord and his minions. No one will ever harm you anymore. Your words resonate inside my soul. Now I can see that I chose the right person, worthy to hear my pleas. The nymph leans forward and places something in your hand. Should you lose, my heart will stop with yours, but should you win, the sun shall rise once more over these lands. In its rays, in the ring dance of blooming life, we shall meet again. I leave you a small gift, a token of hope, and the reward that awaits you after all these hardships. Farewell. No, take care. Defeat the Stag Lord, so we're right on it. And I got the nymph's gift. Necklace gives us a +2 dodge bonus to AC against ranged attacks. Excuse me. Let's put on the nymph's gift. Where do I see my defense against ranged attacks? I see AC. Deflection +1 from Tartuccio's present. Would that be in character Marshall? So this is my excuse me, man. So this is my strike your opponent's way to turn your hand. This is my ranged touch and my ranged ray attack bonuses. Should I choose to use stuff like that? Range attack bonus, combat maneuver defense, to resist combat maneuvers. Oh my gosh. I don't see the defense though. Do I have a biography? Oh, I'm writing my own. I'm shifting towards neutral good, it looks like. Alright, well, let's go tell Jhod the good news. Hello, Jhod. Jhod, I should say, not Jhod.
How may I serve you?
I found the Temple of the Elk and killed the beast there.
Erastil be praised, you finally returned, my good friend. Tristan told me how you helped him at the Temple of the Elk. Thank you for heeding my request. My heart is calm and filled with confidence that I've followed the will of my God. I would like to reward your bravery. I possess no treasure, but please, take this as a token of appreciation.
Thank you. You understand the true meaning of your visions now?
I trust in their truth. These visions, they were the voice of Erastil himself. Quiet, but clear. Before all this happened, I believed Erastil had turned his back to me. But now, I see clearly. He has shown me divine mercy, for he has led me to you, and invited me to aid in a fellow priest's deliverance. Lady Sarenrae and Erastil walk the paths of the gods hand in hand, and so must their servants as well.
And Lady Sarenrae, known to her faithful as the dawn flower, the healing light, and the everlight, Sarenrae is a goddess who teaches temperance and patience in all things. Compassion and peace are her greatest virtues, and if enemies of the faith can be redeemed, they should be. Worship of this goddess of healing, honesty, redemption, and the sun began far to the east of the Inner Sea, in the vast Padishah Empire of Kalesh. Her worshippers can now be found throughout the world. Compassion and peace. We know about Erastil, the stag god.
Tristan is undoubtedly still very young, and youth is a time of naivete and confusion. But I see kindness and strength of spirit in him, traits indispensable to a priest. I sense that all that's transpired thus far is only the beginning, and the future promises great things for Tristan and for you, Baroness. This is why Erastil led me to the Temple of the Elk.
Baroness.
Day and night I pray for you and for my young friend. May the stag god lead you down the true path.
Okay, that's enough about this for now.
As you wish.
Jhod says with a hint of grumpiness. Tell me about the visions that led you to the Temple of the Elk.
That's why I'm here.
Oh.
As you wish.
Tell me about yourself, Jhod.
What exactly would you like to know?
Tell me about your past.
My story? Why not? You deserve to know it. I am a priest of Erastil, and Galt is my homeland. You can imagine what it's like following the teachings of the stag god in a realm torn by discord and strife. Rebellion and suspicion are the pillars of Galt. Led by Erastil, I tried to guide my flock to embrace tranquility and balance, and guard them from hasty judgment, until I fell from grace myself. Foolish, foolish old Jhod. My misdeeds cast a shadow over my life and service. In search of redemption and a balm for my soul, I took to the road. I had come nearly to despair when Erastil sent me a vision of the Temple of the Elk. I knew that very moment that the stag god had shown me the way to redemption.
So his name is Jhod. What did you do to anger Erastil?
Well, if you truly wish to know, I'll have to start from the long time back. Werewolves preyed upon the lands around my village. They murdered people for fun or sport and left the corpses to rot on the roads. One night, they broke into a young woman's house and dragged her into the streets. One evening, a traveler came to our tavern, tattered and dirty from days on the road like so many others roaming Galt. He sat quietly in the corner of the tavern, drinking cheap ale, and in an instant, I knew he was a werewolf. I felt it in my soul. It was like Erastil himself had whispered it into my ear.
Jhod smiles, but his eyes are dead as stones.
Led by Providence, I left to gather my flock, and we surrounded the tavern. The retribution was swift. However, I was tragically mistaken. The young man was no werewolf. He was a bandit, sent to spy on the village by one of the local gangs. We only found out after, when we went through his things.
Still, you saved the village from another danger, did you not?
That's still no excuse for my actions. I was a fool. I made a grave mistake. And what's worse, in the eyes of my flock, I cast doubt on Erastil's greatness. A priest who can barely hear the voice of his god is a disgrace to his lord and himself, and corrupts the very people he would save. Whatever the case, I knew Erastil was no longer pleased with me. It was terrifying.
Jhod's voice wavers. Even now one can glimpse inside him the remnants of the horror he lived through.
Imagine how my mind raced when here in the Stolen Lands I heard the voice of the stag god once again. He gave me another chance at service to atone for my guilt. Now I have regained hope, and that very hope is my most precious possession.
What can you tell me about your homeland, Galt?
For some, it is a land of freedom, where power belongs to the people, not to lords or kings. For others, it's a land of never-ending revolution, a realm surrendered to anarchy. It depends on who you ask. For me, I found Galt a violent place. Crowds eager to lynch a stranger for that accent or appearance, where a single word uttered at the wrong time or place can spark the people to riot and cities to burn. For me, it is a place inhabited by the frightened and the desperate, always suspicious, watchful of trickery. All too often they are deaf to the voice of reason. They cannot grasp that chaos and lawlessness lead only to yet more chaos and lawlessness. All my life I've tried to break through to these poor people, but alas, I don't seem to have made much progress.
Jhod is visibly upset and grows silent for a while. Okay.
As you wish.
Tell me about Erastil.
Of course. It would be my pleasure. Erastil is one of the eldest gods of Golarion. His faith emerged when the first people appeared upon the land. Erastil helped our ancestors cultivate the land and hunt. Even now, his blessing lies with those who uphold the old traditions and keep to simpler ways, far from civilization and the noise of the city.
Wait a moment. Cities have their strengths as well, don't they? Civilization fosters science, trade, and invention. And in that, it often improves the life for us all.
Tell that to the peasant robbed of all he owns, spending his night in a gutter, hoping to live to see the sunrise. You won't see such things in a village.
Jhod mournfully shakes his head. Well, you do have a point. Indeed, cities can be a place of evil and wrongdoing. Well, I see no point in arguing.
As you say.
With a hint of grumpiness again. What does Erastil demand of his faithful?
The word demand does not befit the stag god. Honesty and friendship, loving families, merry weddings, and newborn children in their mother's arms. They bring a smile to Erastil's face. He loves his people and rewards them with fortunate hunts and plentiful harvests. But he has no temper for sloth and vanity. He never bestows gifts upon his faithful without first measuring their worthiness. We ourselves must win our daily bread, but the stag god comes to our aid in times of need and strife.
I see. I've always had respect for Erastil and his priests. Do I though? Honesty and friendship, loving families, merry weddings, and newborn children in the mother's arms. Sure.
I see it more clearly every day. Erastil himself led me to meet you. Your keen spirit will serve you well.
Well, to each their own. I wanted to ask you something else.
I am happy to help.
I need the help of a cleric. Okay, so he's got lots of scrolls. Scrolls of Raised Dead are 6,000 gold. Gave me some expensive remove blindness. Wow, these resist communal are pretty good. Diamonds and diamond dust. Prayer. You and your allies gain a +1 luck bonus on attack rolls, weapon damage rolls, saves, and skill checks. While each of your foes take a minus penalty on such rolls. That's a good spell. Okay. Now where is Tristan? What is she doing? Reading a scroll. Tristan? We have a visitor, Jhod Kevkin, a venerable priest of Erastil. He wants a word with you.
The path is clear.
I understand that, but where is Tristan? First of all, Oleg. Tuskcutter is dead. You can mount his head on your wall as a trophy. Oleg looks at the bloodstained boar head with respect, touching its tusk with his finger to test how sharp it is. That's one heck of a beast. I'd love to have a trophy like that, but a deal is a deal. The head goes to old Benzin, and his bounty goes to you. Pretty cool. Alright, so a breastplate. What is this thing? Topaz ring. Bone necklace. We read the Ilfuliac legend. A craftsman or a collector would pay for these. And a merchant would pay well for it. So I'm sure there's someone later you could sell the pelts to for more money. I haven't found that person though. Oh, we have moon radishes. Numerous old notes. Sell that. Written orders. Stag Lord's wine. Bottle with wine that was supposed to be delivered to the Stag Lord. Want to find traps. I think we can find them pretty well ourselves, but and I was told this is pretty good for a Miri because it has a 6-foot range and she can stand way back and use that. Or a folk shard. That's exotic, but this is martial. She's using a 2-foot melee. So we give her 6 feet. Tristan in here having a drink. Where is Tristan? Oh, he's laying in bed, he's recovering. Care to talk, sir? Don't worry about me. Jhod says I'll be fine soon.
Tread lightly.
About those tasks of yours. Give moon radishes. Does this look like the radish you were looking for? Bakken's face brightens and he rubs his sides in satisfaction. Yes, that's it. Hey, there's even more than I expected here. Thank you so much. Take this. You deserve it. 200 gold coins. Would you buy more fang berries and moon radishes if I brought them? No, why do you need moon radishes? Bakken blushes heavily and coughs into his fist. That's for Oleg. He sprained his back last summer, you see. He tried to move a heavy chest all by himself. You can't even imagine the healing powers of these radishes. They make a great pain-killing ointment. Potent, exquisite, Oleg would never confess his weakness to anybody, but I see him wince every time he bends over to pick something up. The old man sighs a bit too loudly. Oh, when will the poor man realize he's not 15 anymore? So would you buy more? A sly smile spreads on Bakken's face, a glint in his eye. Sorry, my friend, but after you took a walk through that cave, there's nary a spider left. So now it's safe enough for me to gather the berries myself, rather than pay someone else anytime I need to cook a dinner or make a potion. And that bucket of moon radishes will be plenty for me, to help Oleg for a long time to come, I mean. Sure, Bakken. Whatever you say. Alright, inventory check. Looking pretty good. Lindsay's got a rest here. Guess we can use more scrolls of bless. Since Jthal can cast it, we'll get 4 of those. I think we're good on the cure moderate wounds and the potions. On the snowball, 50 charges. That is pretty sweet for Octavia. Only caster level 1, but now if she doesn't have used magic device, can she still use that? Oh, it got dark in here. What's going on?
I shall not fail.
Scared me for a minute there. Otherwise, train in their use. Activate wands and scrolls that you'd normally be unable to use. But if you can use them, yeah, she'd have no problem with a wand of snowball. And that would free up some slots for other spells. I like Snowball because it does a 1d6 points of damage, no matter what, on a successful hit. And if they fail their saving throw, they're staggered for a round. So that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll buy that. Shield of Faith. We have a couple of those. Let me sell these weak level 1 just to get them out of the inventory. Oh, summon monster 1. We have potions of vanish. Call lightning will be useful against the Stag Lord. I'll do this chain shirt +1. Sell it. Wand of fine traps. Could come in handy. Masterwork longbow. I don't think rogues can use longbows. Let me check. Simple weapon, and a longbow would be a... Let's just check her rogue proficiencies. Short sword and short bow.
Just bide our time.
562 and 50 charges. I don't know if I want to spend 562 on that. I think we should get a few more alchemist fires, maybe. She's not wearing any armor at all. Neither is Lindsay. She's got the ginormous sword. Oversized bastard sword. Mary's favorite blade. Weapon is exceptionally large and deals more damage, but attacks with this suffer a penalty of -2 to attack rolls. So she'd actually be better off with this. Still a +1. 1830, that's all my money. It's quarterstaff. (1d6) bludgeoning. (1d8) bludgeoning. It's not masterwork though. Is it worth 600 just to have her have a backup bludgeoning weapon? I don't think so. So I think we will sell this. And a masterwork longbow. Not so bad then. Oh no, okay, she's still light, so her attack goes to +7 and her damage really only decreases to 6 to 16. So that's pretty cool. She'll attack more often. And you can't take this off if you wanted to. Her sword is invisible for some reason. These camping supplies. 6. Stuff here I'd like to buy. Giant strength. This rod grants its wielder the ability to make up to 3 spells they cast per day, empowered as though using the Empower Speed Fell. Lesser rods can be used with spells of 3rd level or lower. Empower spell. All visible numeric effects of an empowered spell are increased by half, including bonuses to these rolls. Easy there, feller. Six. Should be pretty good.
The path is clear.
Alright, so are we really just about to fight Stag Lord? 58 days left? Oh, I didn't give Svetlana her ring. Here's your ring, Svetlana. Kressel gave it to me. I even managed to convince her not to fight me. Svetlana sighs bitterly. I suppose I should tell you the truth about her. Kressel wasn't her real name. Her real name was Irena before all this. She was the daughter of my mother and her second husband, my half-sister. I can't help but feel like everything that happened to her was my fault. She always had a wildness to her. She'd wander the streets, hanging out with a bad crowd. Until the day she passed, Mother complained about Irena constantly. Back then it was just cruel games and strange escapades. She never really hurt anyone back in Rostov. Her father didn't live much longer than our mother, so I decided to try to help Irena. I brought her here to the Stolen Lands, though Oleg was against it. And once here, she immediately fell under the Stag Lord's influence. She never needed to meet him. The stories and rumors from local hunters and bandits were enough to win her over. She would tell us how he was a real leader, unlike Rostov's softies. Eventually she ran away, only to return under her new name with a pack of thugs to collect taxes from us. What's worse, she participated in the torture and execution of prisoners, alongside the Stag Lord's minions. I don't know if there's any way to set her back on the right path, but I'm grateful for your kindness. Perhaps there's still hope. For the sake of my mother's memory, I'd like to believe that. Oh, thank you for the rations. So all our errands are done. We have to help Amiri kill another mighty monster, which isn't revealed yet. So we have 58 days left. I guess we can just head out and explore a little bit. Amiri. So, have you proven yourself to be a mighty warrior? I may have. The trial is finished, and if someone ever doubt me, I prove it. Amiri shakes her fist at the unseen offender. So I am the chieftain of your new tribe. What do you expect of me? Tribe always must have plenty of food. Tribe's enemies must be tough, not some easy scum. Tribe's fighters must challenge the strongest enemies. Also, well, Amiri contemplates deeply. You must rule the tribe. Make big decisions. She waves her hand vaguely. Thanks for talking with me. Jaython, what do you think about all this? Speak, she says. Should we go flirt with Valerie?
I'll go ahead.
You know, you really are quite beautiful. You're a reliable friend and worthy ally, but it would be a crime to ignore your beauty. I don't know, that seems kind of cheesy to say. I want to hit on Octavia more. Alright, so we can rest now, right? Keston, do you know the situation? Well, we can go try that waterlogged lowland, see what that's about. Gongar, you better not get in this guy's way. The long years he spent in slavery have given him quite a temper. A sword blow or deadly spell might not hit only his enemies, but on anyone else who wanders past. However, for those he deems allies, I don't know because I couldn't read the rest of it. Alright, so Stag Lord's fortress is where? Down there. Let's see what this waterlogged lowland is about. So a gloomy, soggy lowland leading into a swamp. Travelers avoid this place. The swamp is dangerous on its own, but it also tends to attract monsters and other unpleasant creatures. Excellent. Let's go ahead. And it's a book. We walked across the heath for a long time, yet no sight sprang up before our eyes. By turns we discovered a verdant lowland with several nearby springs streaming down behind another hillside. And then in the distance, in the center of the lowland among the bush, there stood a single dry tree, a true giant. Its magnificent outline resembled an animal's paw clawing at the sky. That was truly remarkable, but what was truly remarkable, the flat landscape was dotted by mysterious dark humps. They were piled about the height of a man and scattered around in abundance. Well, we determined we should explore the lowland. The further we trekked, the softer the land became. Step by step, heath grass gave way to moss, low-growing shrubs and ferns, and then sloshy puddles of stinky swamp water. The muddy ground sucked at our feet, and soon our party was jumping from hassock to hassock. Finally we reached the first group of mysterious humps, and learned they were no mere hills, but dugout dwellings. We moved with great care towards the center of the lowland, and there the real swamp began. On the way toward the mysterious giant tree, we saw a foggy outline of another hut, this one much bigger and surrounded by small clay statues. We examined the surrounding dwellings. Inside the dugouts were frowsy and dark, darker than holes and filled with absolute desolation. There were no windows in these mud walls, no furniture or other homely items except for the odd piece of tattered wicker. But every dwelling had a large hollow dug right in the center of the dirt floor like a fire pit, but taking up the greater part of the space. They were filled with standing water and reeked beyond description. We moved with great care toward the center of the lowland, and there the real swamp began. Okay, we would not retreat and moved ever forward toward the tall tree, determined to visit the big hut on the way there. We walked slowly, carefully, choosing our way, keeping to drier ground as much as possible. But the further we went, the more difficult it became, and soon we were wading waist deep through the cattails. Frogs croaked loudly as we peered anxiously into the cloudy water, struggling to make out what shadows flitted along the bottom. Suddenly Jhaethal staggered, spit out an oath, and flailed her arms. She'd made a wrong step, and unable to pull out her foot, she called out loudly, and began to sink into the vile green slush. Jhaethal has the only athletics check. So she'd have to roll an 8 or better. Can she roll her own athletics check? Wary of another of us getting sucked into the bog, we decided to form a living chain. Standing next to each other and holding hands, we began to pull up our fellow traveler. Succeeded. Luckily, Jhaethal managed to keep her head above the water while we struggled to rescue her. Grabbing the nearest hand and pulling with all her strength, she freed her first foot and then the other. The insatiable bog gurgled hungrily after us, but we didn't look back. Sodden and weary, we finally made it back to solid ground, and a palace of sorts rose before our eyes. A spacious hut built with mud like the rest, but decorated with pebbles, bones, cattail spikes, and snail shells. In front of the palace was a wide and shallow reservoir. The green water reflected the leaves of huge ferns and primitive clay figurines. The buzzing of gnats was nearly deafening. We were not far to the center of the swamp, but a firm and steady path led there through thick bushes. At the end, that tall, dry tree stretched mightily upward, clawing at the firmament. Alright, so Lindsay's going to carefully examine the clay figurines, trying to fathom who they might portray. Succeeded. Goggle eyes, flat heads with no necks, ears or chins, ugly long legs, unnaturally bent. These sculptures could only be the work of boggards. Primitive, cruel boggard tribes had inhabited the swamps of Garund and Avestan since the olden days. Pitiless to others and to each other, they were led by darker instincts of their insane priest kings. They were known to grow young fry in the pools inside the houses. Garund is the continent found south of Avestan, across the inner sea and west of Casmaron, which is separated by the Obari Ocean. During the late Age of Anguish and Age of Destiny, central Garund was the heart of civilization in the hemisphere, and this legacy of arcane discovery remains even today in the nations of Osirian, Nex, Nantambu, and Holamog. Beyond these bastions of civilization, Garund is overrun by dangerous wilds, from expansive deserts to impenetrable jungles. Let's peek inside the hut. The palace was twice the height of other huts, and its entrance was wide enough that 3 could walk abreast. The walls were decorated. An unknown builder had scratched drawings in the clay while it was still wet. The faded scrawl depicted huge amphibians devouring smaller figures, some frog-headed, others not. 3 of the 4 rooms boasted large holes filled with water, just like the other dwellings, though here there were steps descending into them cut into the dirt. In the furthest room we found equipment decorating the walls, leather armor, spears, clubs. To our surprise, a number of items were well preserved. The hut was clearly deserted, so we felt no shame in taking some of it with us. Short sword, leather armor, gold coins. We moved forward, seeing we'd drawn so near to our goal. It was ever so lovely to walk once again along the well-trodden path. Our soaked clothes imagined being dry, and our mood at once lifted. The bushes that bordered the path seemed to wave at us amiably with their juicy green leaves and shiny bright red berries. A fresh wind puffed away the rotten smell, and finally felt like the swamp might be nearly behind us. But then the wind stopped blowing, and the thorny branches continued to move, and we heard a loud shout. Valerie, who was watching our rear, pointed to a surging, crawling wall of green, filling in the path behind us. The surrounding thicket was coming to life. Its branches reached out with a soft swishing sound. Drops of sap oozed from their thorns, gleaming in the emerald dusk. The path was disappearing. There was no way back, and the clear space ahead was closing. Alright, so Lindsay's going to help us. We ran forward as fast as our legs could carry us, flying towards the closing passage. Oh, she failed it. Alas, we were not quick enough. Green walls closed in around us. Branches grabbed at our sleeves, wicked thorns scratched our hands, and our faces burned with acidic sap. Roots tangled our feet and our blood fell on the leaves, but with great effort we broke away at last from the grasping green. Finally, after what seemed an endless trek, we came upon the gigantic dry tree that had so intrigued us from the beginning. Lo and behold, we saw an idol cut in its trunk, a huge horned three-eyed toad. Its googly eyes made it look both cruel and dumb, almost idiotic. Its muzzle hung half open, sharp-toothed with several hanging tongues. Deep brown streaks oozed from the corners of its mouth. We tried to glean what sort of idol it might be. Succeeded. There could be no doubt this was Gogunta, master of the great swamp in the demon abyss. Gogunta is a demon lord of fetid swamps and serves as the sole goddess of the swamp-dwelling boggards. Gogunta appears as a frog with many heads and even more eyes and tongues. Boggards portray her as a huge queen of their kind. And the abyss is a plane in the outer sphere dedicated to the rule of evil unfettered by law, accessible through huge rents in the maelstrom opening into fiendish depths vast beyond imagining. The abyss is possessed of many layers strung together by the river Styx. Its inhabitants are demons, its ruler demon lords who wrested control of the plane eons ago from the primordial Clipoth. But what is this? While we were examining the idol, a large, bright blue dragonfly came out of a hollow in the tree and sat invitingly on the very tip of our noses. It was so remarkably strange. It didn't react to our movements and seemed quite content to remain where it sat. Oh, you can eat the butterfly. Well, the idol reeked of evil, to say the least. We were certain we must destroy it. Clearly we could not leave such an obscenity unscathed. We drew our swords and slashed at the wooden face, and from it oozed black, sticky blood. We heard a great clap of thunder, and a thick fog arose from nowhere. The birds screamed furiously. More thunder soon followed, and with each strike the sky grew darker and darker. Soon we couldn't see the sun through the fog. The air shuddered again, but was it still thunder, or the creaky voice of the monstrous toad? Still our iron blades dug deep into the blood-soaked wood, and at last the idol was smashed into splinters. The fog cleared away and silence descended. Suddenly we realized that every frog in the swamp had gone quiet. We turned almost with a sigh of relief and saw the flesh-eating bush had withered away. Satisfied with the job well done, we returned to where we'd come from. All a little worse for wear. But that was pretty cool. Just destroying idols all in a day's work. It's baby enemies again. So it's over this way. Trail in the hills. How does one get there?
I'm hungry. When we stop?
By wandering around aimlessly? Once popular, this trail now slowly melds into the surrounding wilderness. Most travelers came here via Nettles Crossing, but with its destruction, the trail has been abandoned. I guess we have to rest. Let's do some hunting, why not? I think we'll make some Jhod rice this time. +5 bonus to movement speed for the day. Who's not working here? Jhod. Help cook. Oh no, she was guarding. Valerie, help cook. Let's do it. Oh. Someone on the road. Hunting took 21 hours? Oh my goodness.
To victory!
should gather our strength.
Oh, we're tired. Doesn't matter, they're just kobolds. How dare you attack our camp when we're trying to sleep? There's more? No. Silly kobolds. 21 hours though for hunting, my goodness. It's a long hunt. Sleeping in the rain.
Listen, stiff. How about you go rot someplace else? I'm sick of even looking at you.
Do I remind you of your own imminent death? Or perhaps you are jealous that I have eternity ahead of me? In any case, I couldn't care less about your opinion.
Uh-oh. Infighting. 19 hours. Success. Why are we... Oh. How do we get out of here? I wonder if certain party members can leave the group, or if there's infighting like in Baldur's Gate. Did we spend 21 hours and then 19 hours on top of that? Well, I think we might have. So we can't get to the trail in the hills? Uh-huh. Well, let's check out this trail. For fun and adventure and profit. Uh-oh. Hello?
To victory!
What is it? A mature leopard.
Consider me provoked.
Yeah, attack Valerie. Get it. Did I buy that wand of snowballs? I don't think I did, but I'm gonna start hitting this thing with something. Judgment, smiting, magic, resistance, protection, purity, destruction, healing, justice, piercing. On all attack rolls, let's use that. This Valerie's taking kind of a bruising here. Why don't you rage a bit? You get a little bit lucky. Oh, there's some luck. Very nice hit. Hang in there, Valerie. Boom, son. $56
I am yours to
XP.
command.
Not bad. Oh, we didn't get a leopard skin? Mary couldn't do it. Got a hold of a kobold with a short bow. 2 to 7. Short bow plus 1. That was up here. No hidden nooks and crannies.
I am your shield.
What troubles you?
Yes.
Good thing she has good AC. Because if that thing turned its sights to a Miri or Jhod or a Sirius, they'd be dead really quick. Well, might as well explore more while we're over here. Ratnook Hill. Notable hill that's got its name and its nasty reputation when rats swarmed in huge numbers. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so let's check out Ratnook Hill, if I can get there. And I don't see how people are complaining of the time limit. I have 52 days to head here and kill the Stag Lord, so plenty of time. Now the further chapters get a bit harder with the time limits, but I'm going to try really hard to do it right this time and manage the kingdom well and that sort of thing. It's got mauled by rats. The mutilated body looks like it was eaten by some rodents. Kind of afraid of going up here. Hello. Oh, there went a big bird. Alright, Jhod. Give some guidance to Octavia. And inspire competence, because that looks a little difficult.
Share your will.
Ready and willing.
Don't break a nail. Got it. 56.
Anything is possible.
Not bad. Why do I feel like this place is going to be really dangerous? I don't even know if our perception is going to pick up such traps. Who can use the wand? Find traps. Okay, so is she gonna find them? Inside bonus, you gain an inside bonus equal to half your caster level. So 1 on perception checks while the spell is in effect. Oh, but she doesn't have any perception. She has a 2 in perception. He should be using that. Oops. Alright, so let's let him use that. Come on now. There you go.
How curious.
Indeed.
Ask.
Just letting the ink dry. You can count on me.
Come on now. Give us that XP. Nicely done.
And Lindsay was called forth.
And who's laying these traps? Are these rat traps?
Request.
impress you?
Inspire that competence.
Adventures call to that.
No, I'm embarrassed.
Try it again.
I did as you asked.
Well done. Tough traps for a rat hill. Wonder what the encounter is going to be like.
I wrote it like I saw it.
Let's have her drink a few potions. One more for good luck. Any more traps?
I've spotted something.
There's a path up there.
Anything is possible.
The undead is such a frivolous term. I prefer immortal, eternal, everlasting.
Noted.
Done and done.
Alright.
What a surprise.
I know, right?
Here!
Got like 300 XP just for traps. Another mutilated body.
Something here.
How curious.
Oh my goodness. And is this a dangerous trap because it's darker red?
You have my attention.
What's the holdup? I've broken a nail.
That's 2 nails broken.
I won't let you down. I did as you asked.
Ancient coin.
Ready and willing.
This one looks tough.
You can count on me. I did as you asked.
Nicely done.
Lindsay the Magnificent? Lindsay the Illustrious? Something more simple, like Lindsay the Great? Maybe Lindsay the Indecisive.
Someone booby trapped this whole place. Maybe it was that guy. Still about 3,500 away from leveling up though. I'm about terrified
Path is clear.
to head in here. What was that? Oh, hello.
A solid plan.
I can't keep this up much longer.
Oh my. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this battle.
I require healing. Learn from my mistake.
Yeah, we're not even hurting the wererat.
This body holds no more.
Okay, so this is the infamous wererat encounter.
Can't be.
I always survive.
That is going nowhere.
What a miserable last chapter.
Was that ding that I heard kind of like, stay the heck away from here? Yeah, hear that? It's like a broken glass smashing. I think we better stay away from this place. I don't think we can handle wererats at this level. It's even why the traps were a little tricky. And the wererats are dealing sneak attacks. Could we have won that if I buffed up? I doubt it. We'll come back some other time. We'll head down to Riverine Rise. A prominent landmark, Riverine Rise can be seen from afar. A riverbank swelled here, forming a quaint, picturesque hill. Yes, I'm sure it will be very quaint and picturesque when we go in.
Need to catch my breath.
Octavia fatigues often. Is that her low constitution? I think so. It is picturesque. Here's a, I don't know what that thing is. Carbuncle. Oh, and a snake. Very picturesque until we fight a large water elemental. Really?
Request.
Let's go get it, men and women. Well, we damaged it.
Consider provoked.
Let's get some of that archaeologist luck going. Inspire some courage. Where's Jthal going? Here's massive. Nasty critical hit. Boom. Who landed that critical? Oh, the water elemental did. Slammed us. Stop
And
singing,
Lindsay was
girl.
called for it.
I'll go ahead.
This poor dwarf got hit by it. Oh. Oh. Not a bad
The
haul.
path is clear.
Where's that snake? Can we go in here? So a lot of these little side maps seem to be a little encounter. And some loot. Which is fine by me. Wait.
I am yours to command.
You better... drink some potions. Oh man.
I wrote it like I saw it.
Access. Yes.
Soul Eaters and Daemons can consume a living creature's soul, making its resurrection a difficult task. So we can't go past this fog yet, so I'm not even gonna try.
I'm hungry. When we stop?
Oh, old mesa. A huge flat top rock that serves as a landmark in the area. Let's go to that landmark and I guess we'll rest. And let's... we can hunt still. Valerie, work on hunting instead of the jewel of rice, which we can't even make. Gonna make some haggis. What does haggis do again? Saving throws? Sounds good to me. Now with 2 people hunting, it shouldn't take 21 hours. 19! But we made an excellent haggis. Touch and range touch spells can be used to sneak attack if the target is flanked or flat-footed.
I'll go ahead.
We're about to find in this old mesa. What's up with our formation? Always want them attacking Valerie first. So we need to come back a little bit. There we go. This is a camp. Greater were-tiger. It was a camp.
Give the order. Tear them apart!
Everybody charge it.
Learn how to use it first.
Yeah, I get it.
Everyone counts on me.
I'm listening.
Need a new mouse. Charge! Oh no, it's got damage reduction. Alright, well, to get through that... Rid of that. Smiting. Bathes the Inquisitor's weapon in divine light. Inquisitor's weapons count as magic for the purpose of bypassing damage reduction. Use that. Some of that archaeologist luck. A little bit of rage. A little bit of inspire courage. We might need it. There we go. Octavia did 3 damage. We'll wear Tiger. Let's hit him. Wait. Let's just spam Ray of Frost. Who's just standing there? Jaethal, get in there.
Unworthy. Wretched things.
There we go. Well, he's having a hard time hitting Valerie. Until then. Oh no. This is bad.
I require healing.
This is bad. Oh!
Yours.
Whew. Ooh, an unidentified breastplate. Potion of invisibility. The invisible creature has a +20 bonus on its stealth check. Spell ends if the subject attacks any creature. For purposes of this spell, an attack includes any spell targeting the foe whose area of effect includes a foe. Exactly who is a foe depends on the invisible character's perceptions. Actions directed at unintended objects do not break the spell. Causing harm indirectly is not an attack. Thus, an invisible being can open doors, talk, eat, climb stairs, summon monsters and have them attack, cut the ropes holding a bridge while enemies are on the bridge. Ooh, 750. Not bad. That was a greater were-tiger. Fortunately, their potions of vanish could not save them from the ferocity of the were-tiger and this poor chap up here. He was reduced, alright. What is that thing? Oh, giant tarantula.
Tread lightly.
Snakes and giant tarantulas. Let's keep exploring. This land is full of hidden dangers. It would be cool if there was like DC checks on poisonous spiders and tarantulas if you happen to step on them. But that could kind of get annoying.
I shall not fail.
I wrote it like I saw it.
That was a nice spell.
Yes.
BRB. Alright, and we're back. How much XP did that thing give us? 108. Nice. Let's check out that breastplate. Breastplate +1. Why am I carrying this short sword? Short was worth 8.
Yes.
Let us bide our time.
With so many days before we have to fight the Stag Lord, I think the best bet is like we don't have to worry too much about our resource management. It was really quite easy to get to the Stag Lord. The problem was with Tartuccio. Glade in the wilderness. The northern part, this part of the northern Gnarl Marshes is a place where wildlife thrives, being home to a variety of beasts. This attracts many hunters, but it scares off other travelers. Beast attacks are not rare in the area. Where are you going? Stop. I'm gonna go to that glade in the wilderness. Always save before entering. I'd like to get to level 5 before fighting the Stag Lord, but I don't think that's going to be possible. Why did pause? Wolf from Silence Pack. Oh.
To victory!
These are big wolves. Wow, even Valerie hit it. Use that precise strike. And just attack it. See how tough these things are. Get that precise strike. Easy killer. Oh! 13 sneak attack from Octavia. Who killed the other one? Asirius. Well done. Those are somewhat valuable. Oh, hello.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Oh, hello. This could be bad. Very bad.
My mistake.
Get up, Jayfall.
This can't be over.
Oh, this is bad. Whoa, who did 19? Probably a Miri, right? Yeah. Stop using Acid Splash.
Provoked.
I'm gonna have to turn off AI. Boom. Oh! I see that.
Just letting the ink dry.
From Silence Pack, so Silent must be
Anything is possible.
the head dude in charge here. Cure moderate. I'm gonna need that heroism. Unless we rest again.
Oh,
Divine Favor, +1 luck bonus on attack and weapon rolls for every 3 levels you have. That's pretty sweet. I need to start using that. I'm going to get protection from alignment. What alignment is a wolf? Chaotic? Or is this like evil, neutral, and good? They're not good. Might have to try that out.
We should prepare.
Hideous laughter, hypnotism. Sir, drink a potion.
I'll go ahead.
Hello. All that's remaining is a breastplate and a helmet. An herb liqueur. Strong liqueur that contains dozens of different ingredients. Oh, there's rats picking at it. So I remember this encounter from my first time playing through. Of course I remember most of them. Kinda have to pretend like I don't. The grinding stone. But if you watch my video,
The path is
Kingmaker combat tips and tricks, you'd see this is the battle that I used the tips and tricks for. Is she fighting defensively? Yes. You should be too.
You can count on me.
You should be too.
tread lightly.
Indeed.
Don't hesitate. We will prevail.
Oh. Dang it. No, attack Valerie. Thank you.
Wretched things.
Tear them apart! A solid plan.
Stop using acid splash already. Whoa. Oh, that works. Nice critical hit. too shabby. What do we do when we face Silent
Let us be
herself or himself? Oh, hello.
I'm not afraid.
Get in there, Valerie.
They go down! Forwards!
Serves you right.
And that level of rogue really helping out. Oh, Therius just took a shot. Well, I call him Atherius. Asirius. Mary deals 31 damage. 9 damage to Asirius. He's a serious fighter. I can't loot them. She's got an ear-piercing scream.
Yes.
I would not want to hear Lindsay do an ear-piercing scream. So this is where it gets tricky.
The path is clear.
Silence Wolfling.
State your desire. You have my attention.
So judging by seeing wolflings, I think we're going to be in for a battle here. How long does Divine Favor last? 1 minute. Are you using that? Good.
I saw down.
What troubles you?
+2 morale bonus on attack rolls, saves, and skill checks, but doesn't inspire. +1 competence bonus. Okay, so heroism on Amiri.
I saw down.
Our duty calls.
I guess let's try to go in and see what happens. Let's quick save. There's a lot of them.
I'll go ahead.
To arms!
Get them. Oh, this is not good. Alrighty. This is not good.
I can't keep avenge me.
Yeah, not good.
This is for you. I die.
Mary's not even raging. She's only got 1 level left, and here comes some more.
I require healing.
Party
Learn
wipe.
from my
This
mistake.
body wholeness can't be over.
Oh, it's over. It's over.
Survive. I always survive.
Miserable. Last chapter.
Indeed.
I'm listening.
like an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Quickly. Tear them apart quickly. And we know they're coming from back here, so you guys run up here. Hurry. Try not to take any attacks of opportunity along the way. Lindsay, get up there. Pain fills your enemies with fear and doubt. Each affected creature takes minus 1 on saving throws. Let's hope this Bane gets off. Nice. Some of them are baned. Oh, here comes Silent the Wolf Alpha. She's singing her song. We need to start shooting. Be nice if we can cast web here quickly. And if she can drink a moderate heal potion. You're gonna have to inflict moderate wounds on yourself. Stop acid shooting, please. Alright, everyone's gonna have to attack this one. This is the Alpha. Let's try to stagger it, even though it has good fortitude. Nefarious. Hypnotize them. Lindsay. An ear-piercing scream. Serious concentration check failed.
A solid plan.
Hit it with another snowball.
Consider me provoked.
I can't keep this up much longer.
Hang in there, Valerie, please.
Avenge me.
Oh, I webbed Amiri by accident. Oh, down goes Letharius. No.
This won't kill me. I'll survive. I'll always survive.
Party wipe.
What a miserable last chapter.
We're only blessed for a minute. I will be right back. Wow, I've been playing for a long time, so didn't realize this video was that long. I'm going to save here, and perhaps we'll try this encounter next time. I think this was episode 12, right? And either we'll try it next time a couple more times. If I still don't win, then we'll leave and do something else. But yes, this is episode 12. Hope you enjoyed watching. I enjoyed playing. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.